Hello, and thank you for watching this video. Today I would like to talk to you about yet again another corruption, this time with concerns to the national mortgage settlement. This was a settlement that was reached by Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase, Ally, GMAC, and Wells Fargo. The settlement was reached to compensate homeowners that were foreclosed upon due to or in part by these banks not modifying their home loans under the governmental regulations and or stipulations placed on them to receive U.S. tax dollars to do so. In this settlement, $25 billion were allocated for these folks whom were foreclosed upon and lost their homes. That sounds good. It sounds great. We could get into a debate on whether the government should have instituted anything or actually had given a bank one penny of tax dollars. That should have been discussed more thoroughly before it happened, but we're at an end result here, so I just will stick to that with concerns to the national mortgage settlement and the corruption entailed in this process of this settlement. What these big banks did was they immediately after they reached settlement went out and hired a company called Rust Consulting to actually be the accountant and payer. They would be the ones that would figure out the amount of checks, would it be $100 to up to amounts of, I believe, $5,500 for this particular program to each homeowner. What happened here was not untypical at all in the United States in these times. Rust Consulting mailed checks out for $100, $200, $300, $1,000, and so on, up to about $5,500. And for each check they mailed out to these folks that lost their homes, whom the banks refused to help modify as they promised, Rust Consulting received $20,000 for every check that they mailed out. And they did not mail $20,000 checks out to anyone. This is just insane. And it's not being reported in the news. This should be all over network news. It should be all over the internet. People should be raising Cain about it on the radio shows, and yet this is receiving next to no attention at all. This may be due to the folks that seem to want to do this, their party not wanting to bring it up, and it may be that the conservatives basically don't want to bring it up either for different issues. But at any rate, this needs to be discussed. It needs to be known by every American. We have got to start standing up to these bad practices and immoral and unethical activities that are occurring daily. From the convenience store down the street to the big bank in the middle of the city. We have got to stand up. And we have got to educate our neighbors, and we've got to advocate for our neighbors. If we've had a neighbor or a former neighbor that something like this has happened to, it's our responsibility as patriotic Americans to stand for our neighbors and our brothers and sisters in America. A lot of us that are trying to get information out, from time to time, of course the information we're putting out is not optimistic. And we come off sounding very pessimistic, because that's the information that we're putting out. We're trying to educate folks as to what is happening. I put several other videos out, one being on the war on drugs and that total failure of a policy. The other, our foreign policy and USAID and its corruptions and near total failures everywhere you look concerning that. It is important that everyone understand very thoroughly that in America, to question authority and to stand against wrong is the most patriotic two things that you can actually do. Those whom are complacent and those whom roll with the authority in these most grievous of times are not patriotic. They are condoning a system that is taking every American citizen for a wild, corrupt ride. I would also state, as I state in all of these new videos, verify everything that you see. Verify what I say. Verify anything you see on the net. And for God's sakes, verify network news and what you hear on the radio. We are in times that, and I believe this is new to our country, the time of a disinformation age. We keep talking about the information age. We keep talking about the fact that you can get information from a telephone or almost anywhere. A plethora of channels to choose from. But this in reality is actually the disinformation age, and will go down in history as the disinformation age, because all we get is half-truth spin, and it doesn't make any difference which side of the aisle you stand on or whether you're in the middle. You are not, I can assure you, getting the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So thank you for watching these videos. Again, question authority. Stand up against unethical, immoral behavior. Those are the two most patriotic things that you can do. Thank you so much, and God bless you.